Do you have anything good in your fridge?
I have nothing in my fridge.
It has Will Ferrell, therefore it's bad.
I think you can say every movie that he's ever been in is bad.
I can't say that because Megamind. That was a fantastic movie.
It was great. It was better than that other movie about a villain, Despicable Me.
It was a lot better.
I don't say I think it was a lot better. I think they were both really well written.
Megamind didn't come out with a stupid sequel.
Yet.
Oh, they for sure will, but they haven't yet.
Yeah, I think they are, actually.
Yeah. They were also supposed to come out with The Incredibles 2, and that never happened.
IMDb.
Cuckoo-cuckoo.
Shakira turns 3 leg warmers into a dress.
What?
What? Wow. I usually don't get caught by these sort of headlines.
Okay, what did it say?
Shakira turns 3 leg warmers into a dress.
That sounds like something Shakira would do. It's probably like super revealing.
That doesn't look like leg warmers.
Let me see. That's leg warmers?
It looks like a normal dress. That was very disappointing.
Have you heard her new song, like, Can't Forget to Remember You, or Can't Remember to Forget You, or whatever?
I have not.
Yep. Yeah, it's not that good.
Wait,
The music video for it's alright.
Megamind, The Button of Doom?
That was some special thing that was tacked on if you bought the DVD.
Oh. There might not actually be a sequel that's being planned. That's... What? But... Wow. I'm proud of, who made Megamind? It wasn't
DreamWorks.
Pixar. DreamWorks.
Mm-hmm.
We're not making a stupid sequel.
Thank God. Have you noticed that, like, Disney, all of their sequels are terrible recently?
Yeah. You know what was an awesome sequel? It was probably better than the first movie.
Cars 2?
That was a terrible movie.
Cars 1 was a terrible movie.
No, it wasn't. It was awesome.
Cars 1 was not good.
I was like... It was released in like 2004, and it was awesome when I watched it the first time.
Easily Disney Pixar's worst movie. Like, easily, uncontested.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It wasn't that bad,
It was
though.
awful.
It wasn't
It has
awful.
fucking Larry the Cable Guy in it.
Yeah, but he fit the character. He was...
So it doesn't make his
relevant to.
voice any more bearable.
That's true. But I was going to say, the best sequel ever of any Disney movie that I've seen was Aladdin 2.
They had an Aladdin 2?
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
Better than the first?
Yeah.
Does it have Robin Williams singing a catchy-ass jingle?
I don't think so, but it was really good. Plot-wise, it was better. But it didn't have Robin Williams singing that. I think he was still in it, too.
I miss when Robin Williams was funny.
Have
Like Flubber. Fucking Flubber.
Have you seen one of my favorite movies with Robin Williams in it is
Mrs. Doubtfire.
No,
It's fantastic.
it's a more serious movie.
Dead Poet Society.
Yeah, it's a fucking
Wasn't a
awesome
fan.
movie. I liked it.
I watched it in school, so it made me hate it.
Good Will Hunting was good too.
I've heard that. I've only seen like the one scene from it where he talks about his old farting wife.
He was in Jumanji.
Yeah, he was the
What?
he was the caveman guy
Oh,
who shaved. I think.
I didn't notice
And
that.
so lots of
He was also in Happy Feet 2.
Yeah, he was in Happy Feet 1 too.
Not 1, 2.
Yeah, haha.
Oh,
One also. But he was the suave man whore of a penguin.
Oh. He's been in a ton of movies.
Yeah, he has. And recently they've all been shit.
Yeah. There's been in so many
fucking
movies.
Old Dogs. That was the worst movie ever. Actually, no, it wasn't Due Date. But it was pretty bad.
He's in Aladdin on Ice.
That's a movie?
Are
Are you going off IMDb?
Yeah, it just said he was in
that's
Aladdin.
probably on like TV or something.
But he was in it. He was in Aladdin on Ice. That's sweet. Oh yeah, I was looking up Aladdin too.
You know who's a surprisingly good singer? Johnny Depp.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I like Sweeney Todd, best musical ever made. He actually did a pretty good job.
Aladdin turned into a TV series too, apparently.
What?
It was a TV series.
Sweeney Todd?
No, Aladdin.
Yeah, on Disney Channel.
I never watched it.
Because Disney Channel turns everything into.
It was called Aladdin the King of Thieves.
Yeah.
And it did.
They also had that Timon and Pumbaa show.
No, Aladdin the King of Thieves was the second movie. That came out in 1996.
Do you remember that Timon and Pumbaa show?
Yeah, it was good.
That show was awesome.
I used to watch it all the time.
There were only like 12 episodes of it, but that show was sick.
Also, the Emperor's New Groove show was good too, or Emperor's New School, or whatever the fuck it was called.
That was terrible.
It wasn't terrible.
It was so bad. Emperor's New Groove is like one of the best animated movies ever.
My favorite animated movie, 2D. I would say 2D animated, so not like a.
Sure, 2D animated.
Hercules.
Lion King.
Animation wise, Hercules was the best animated movie I've ever watched. Hades' hair
2D.
was awesome. Yeah, 2D.
What's the best 3D one you've ever seen?
I don't know. I don't watch a lot of 3D animated
Fucking
movies.
Rango. Such a good movie.
Animation wise, are we counting Avatar as a 3D animated movie?
No, an Avatar is terrible.
The animation is amazing.
The animation's amazing, but
That's
I
what
don't
I was
go to a
talking
movie
about.
to watch 3.5 hours of animation.
No, I was talking about just animation itself.
Just animation-wise, it's a fantastic movie, but every other aspect of the movie is complete garbage.
I actually gotta go to a thing by Eric Reynolds, who was part of the production team for The Desolation of Smaug, or Smaug, or Smag.
It should be Smog, but it's Smaug.
Smaug. Yeah, it was really cool, actually. You gotta see, like, all the work they got put into it. There's, like, some people who work on, like, a 10-second scene for, like, a year, and that's all they do.
What?
Yeah, because there's so much that went into it. Like, I think it was the butterfly scene in it, like, where he goes through the trees and...
Is that the one where they have stupid things randomly flying at the screen to show off the 3D?
It wasn't to show off it was like a part from the book. I don't know. But
like,
anyway.
the part in the movie where the fucking bee flew right into the screen just to be like, hey, look at 3D.
Nah, it was like butterflies flying up. Anyways,
Okay.
Somebody worked on that for a really long time. And, like, the dragon in it, it took so long for them to get him correct, like, the talking correct. And there were some, like, 2 million coins being animated at the same time for that one scene.
Good God.
Yeah. It's crazy how much work goes into those animations.
I want to go to Australia and do the whole, like, Hobbiton Shire tour thing.
What's that? What is that?
Like, you start at the Shire. No, it's in New Zealand, not Australia. But you, like, get a tour of, like, all of the Lord of the Rings stuff.
That's cool.
It's really cool. It costs a shit ton, but, of course, it is going to New Zealand, so you'll probably get sick. You'll probably get some sort of crazy disease.
Yeah. Or you get killed by some sort of crazy poisonous animal.
Like a frog.
Or a drop bear.
You'll get consumed by a bunch of bullfrogs. Wait, is the bullfrog thing in Australia still relevant? Are there still, like, fucking tons of bullfrogs down there?
I don't know. There's tons of rabbits still. I know that. Like, seas of them. It's crazy. They have, like, rabbit-proof fences and stuff.
Did I tell you about the ducks I saw on campus one time?
No.
They were, like, swarming a small child. Like, the little child was with the parent, and, like, the parent had bread or something, and the ducks are just swarming around him. And that little kid looked so happy. If I was that little kid, I would like, bawl my eyes out.
I had a duck attack me once.
I'm like 20 years old, and I would still bawl my eyes out if I'm swarmed by freaking ducks.
I had a duck attack me once, and I've never seen ducks the same since.
Birds can be terrifying, especially if you watch Alfred Hitchcock movies.
Or if they're dive bombing you.
Alfred Hitchcock movies.
Or real life. I was there's this thing in North Dakota called the Magical Highway or something. It's basically a bunch of sculptures made out of junk. And there was a bird living in, like, this guy's sculpture, and we were, like, walking toward it and it's trying to dive bomb us, like, suicide bomber style. That's
weird.
Yeah. It was scary.
Dude, I've never understood why it's so, like, spectacular and art and shit. That gum wall in Seattle. I don't understand the point of it.
That's so gross.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's, like, such fantastic art. It's just a bunch of people who spit out their gum and stuck it on a wall.
Yeah.
And it's become a huge thing, and it's disgusting.
I think it's because, like, a big thing about art is being the first person to do something.
Like the guy who drew like a red squiggly line and called it art.
Yeah, because he was the first person to think of that and call it art. Like a red square on a white canvas. Somebody had to have been the first person to do that and call it art. I think in that sense it sort of is, but...
Okay, but we go to the dining hall all the time and take black and white Snapchats of food and just say #art. Is that art?
No, because other people are doing it. Like, if you were the first person to do that, though, it's a bigger deal, I think. That doesn't make me appreciate it more as art, but it makes me understand why it's considered art.
I think it's bullshit.
Fuck people who make money off of art that's not actually art.
It is technically art. I've had conversations with this with people I've said it's not art, and they like go off for like 10 minutes about it actually being art.
It's not.
It's really not.
Everybody knows it's not art.
Not everybody. Some like rich snob out there's like, oh, this is art. He's got a fucking monocle and a top hat. I want a fucking monocle and a top hat.
I think that's the reason the gum wall is cool, though. I mean, it's not like artsy, but it's cool because they were like the first people to think of doing it, and that's why it became big.
Yeah, Seattle's a weird town.
Yeah, my high school actually did a play that was set in Seattle, and had a gum wall for the play. I can't remember what it was called. I have no idea. I went and watched it. It was really good.
Yeah, my high school, I was in all 3 of these, 2 or 3. My first year there, I was like the only freshman in it because I rock and I'm the fucking man. It was Picasso at the La Panagile. It's just a bunch of shit that went down at a bar with a bunch of artists and stuff. It was funny, but it really had no purpose whatsoever.
That's like what is that movie? There's a play where like the entire thing is like them playing poker. Yeah, I didn't like it. A lot of people did. I just didn't see the point of it. I forget what it's called.
My second year up there was like the Emperor's New Clothes. I don't remember what the context is, but the Emperor needed some new clothes. And I was some old guy, because apparently I could do a really good old man voice. Don't know why, but I had to sing in it. And it was probably the worst thing ever, because I have no singing voice, especially when I'm trying to talk like an old man. So yeah, I kind of just talked in different tones and passed it off as singing.
Oh my god, that reminds me of when we did Tarzan for my school. We did it as a musical, and I was in that pit orchestra. We were fucking awesome. But the guy who was playing Tarzan, like, cast people more for acting than singing. And he's an amazing actor. He's actually going to, like, New York School of Acting or something right now. He's insane.
Where's Juilliard at?
That's in New York. But that's not where he's going.
Okay.
And he had never, like, sung in anything big before in his life. He did a great job for, like, how much he hadn't sang. But it was so frustrating working with him because he couldn't, like, we had to adjust to him, like, hugely sometimes. Like, in one of the performances, he, like, skipped an entire, like, section of music and started singing at the wrong time. And, like, that tested our, like, ability to switch on the fly. Everything worked out fine. I don't think anybody noticed that it was missing unless, like, someone, for some reason, had, like, been there before or something, or knew the Tarzan play by heart.
Yeah. Like, the same thing kind of happened with the Picasso the Panagile thing. One of the plays, I don't remember what happens in it, but stars come out or something. I don't quite remember how exactly it transitions into that. But someone forgot their line, and so the person that was on stage with him jumped like 3 pages through and just said, "The stars have come out," and then just went to it from there. And it worked, too. But, another time in the play, someone did some...
Oh, you just destroyed the chessboard. I win.
Someone in the play just decided to do something just to piss off the director. Because it was our last performance, so nobody really gave a shit. And it was in high school, so we had to censor it moderately. So we edited out a part where he said people have to stay well fucked. And we changed it to people have to stay well serviced. And so it was the last day of the play, and he just said well fucked. And and that pissed the director off. Also, another one, it was like, it was an old guy talking to a girl, and he was talking about like a coupe de Java or something,
Yeah.
something like a cup of coffee in French, and he just decided to change it to menage a trois, which is a threesome. So it's like I just like a nice threesome in the morning, and the director was so pissed off at him. We were all laughing our asses off backstage, but the director was so fucking mad.
See, I don't get why someone's a director like that. Like, all the people who directed plays at Glacier were huge into, like, keeping the spirit of the play, and, like, if they're swearing in the play, there's a reason that's in it, so that's why you do it in the play.
We only edited out the F word, and we also edited out God damn it. We just say damn it, because saying God damn it could offend people.
Yeah, then we had one play that was really, really, like, almost over the line for high school. I don't remember what it was. It was really good, though.
Our high school did a play called Leading Ladies. This was my 7th grade year. It's about these guys who pose as women to, like, get money from rich people or something. It was freaking weird, because they were told not to shave for, like, the month before the play. So they've got these wigs and dresses on, and they're all hairy and shit. It was disgusting, but it was so funny. It was probably the funniest play I've ever seen in high school. Put on by the high school.
I think the best play, not counting, like, the play I liked the best because I liked the movie it was based off the best, because we had, like, a senior play of 500 Days of Summer.
Oh, I fucking love that movie.
It was so good. It was always as good as the movie.
That is the man's chick flick.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's well written and so well acted.
It's my 5th favorite movie of all time. First Sin City, 2nd The Avengers, 3rd Monty Python and the Holy Grail, 4th $1 Million Baby, 5th 500 Days of Summer.
500 Days of Summer is up there. I don't have a list as Adam does. Isn't that cool? No.
I'm like a movie whore, so yeah, I have lists.
Yeah, but it's definitely up there with one of my favorite movies. And I love watching it. It's one of those movies that I can, like, watch over and over and over again, and it still is good to me.
Yeah, same here.
Also, the penis game from it is awesome.
Yeah, my class did that once in my government class. The teacher walked in the middle of it and just started laughing because the teacher kind of didn't really care. My teacher would say the weirdest shit in class sometimes. Like, he told a story. I'm pretty sure half of his stories weren't actually true, but he, like, told a story about how his cousin got away with murder.
I hope that's not true.
Like, he had connections or something and he got away with murder. It was funny, but God, he was probably the best teacher I had in high school. He was a really good teacher. Him or my calculus professor.
It took Tyler more than 10 minutes.
It took Tyler forever.
My calculus teacher...
It's been like 20 minutes.
We'll get so off topic. One time, we had him talking about school shootings for, like, the entire period. We didn't do anything the entire period. And it happened, like, twice more. Not about school shootings, but other stuff through the school year. And he would just keep on going, keep on talking.
That's kind of what happened with my anatomy professor. Not professor. That was high school. He was a teacher. But my anatomy class was so bad that he gave up on my class by the 4th quarter and we just played cards the entire 4th quarter. And we all just got, like, 95% in it for the 4th quarter. And, like, it would be so easy to get him off topic. Like, one time we asked him why Montana used to not have speed limits on their highway.
Yeah.
He went off on that, which transitioned into him talking about marijuana, transitioned into him talking about more illegal drugs, which transferred into him talking about prostitution, and he just completely forgot we were talking about an anatomy, so we just talked for nothing the rest of the period.
That's great.
We could ask him about the weather, and he'd go for like 25 minutes about the different ways the weather could go. It was so cool. That was the first class I ever got to see in, because I was terrible at it, but... Oh god, that class had some funny stories. Oh, and like one time we were watching this video about what would happen if a meteor crashed into the Earth and like wiped out all of humanity. Like shows this meteor hitting the Earth and like cities dissolving and stuff, and this really fucking stupid girl in my class goes, "When did this happen?"
Oh, stupid people.
We all just looked at her and go, "Seriously?" And the teacher just goes, it never happened. She goes, oh. And completely other time, completely different person. He was on his computer looking for something, and a virus thing popped up, and he panicked and hit reset now, like, or something like that, and it closed out of what he was doing and reset his computer. And someone in the class goes, why do computers do that? And I just decided to be a dick that day and be like, because they're checking for viruses. And I think I almost got slapped in the face for saying that. I probably deserved it. But actually, no, I definitely would have deserved getting slapped in the face there. I was kind of an asshole at that point.
You can tell people who don't know anything about computers, and they'll believe you. And also, I've learned to never help fix someone's computer because they'll blame you for anything else that goes wrong with the computer ever. Like their internet goes down, you're like, oh, this is great, and like 2 days later, they have a problem with Microsoft Word, and they blame you fixing the internet on their... It's weird. And they assume that since you touched their computer, it changed something about it, when really they're just being idiots.
Yeah, that sounds about accurate. Dude, technology has become so fast. Like, at my house, like, I'm used to a computer where you type something in there and it's instantly like, boom, on the computer. You open a program, it's like, boom, it's just open. I went out to my cabin, and my grandparents live, like, right down the street. Their cabin's right down the street. They have a computer in their cabin. I don't know how old it is, but I clicked on, like, solitaire or something. Like, the screen, like, started, opening it in bars. I was like, holy shit. This is how far technology has come. Like, it doesn't even show up, it just, like, shows up on the screen. But it's, like, bar. It was, like, 10 different bars, and I was so surprised by it, because I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, I remember we had a computer running Windows 98 with a 56K modem. Actually, it wasn't a modem, it was dial-up. Because if you were on the computer, nobody could make a phone call. And, like, if you had to make a call home or something, you couldn't because all you get is... like, damn it, get off the computer so I can call you at home.
Oh, old computers. Did you play Ski Free?
Shit. Do you know you can win that game by pressing, I think it's like F to go
fast? Yeah, you go, like,
fast.
super fast.
Yeah.
And no, you can't actually beat it. You just keep going.
Yeah, you just keep going.
And then you just... leave the Yeti behind you, and then you crash, and the Yeti just runs up behind you and eats you.
That blew my mind.
That game was fantastic.
I didn't know that though, so I play it. I'm like, oh, I guess I'll eventually die by the Yeti. There's only so far you can get, and like,
there's more than one Yeti in the game too. Like, you'll get to another point, and another Yeti will show up and start chasing you.
Screw them for not telling us how to play the game.
No, but like when I was younger, when I was like 5 or 6, I used to always play that on my dad's computer. Whenever the Yeti show up, my brother and I would just start screaming, just like, ah!